Well, hello, welcome to the Class 90s. This is train 4 Mike 80. Freightliners 1640 coverage to Basford Hall Freightliners. We're at Preston, we're doing the 52 or so miles left to 52 or so, left to Crewe. We'll go headlights today. And train supply stays off. DR race release because we've got the road. Reverser goes forward. Brake comes off. Sorry, markers never get set. There we go. Let's go. About half power gets us going. Start speed is 420 kilometers 30. It's only 25 until the end of the train enters the station. Plot twist: you won't accelerate that fast today. This is basically a prototypical length for a freightliner rig. So, to give you an idea of just how long it is, pair of 90s, FSA set, FEA set, FSA set. What's this one? FWA, not FEA. FWA. Another FSA. FWA. FSA. And we end with an FWA. Not FEA, sorry. So you've got quite a bit of loading there. But this is about the right length for these trains. This is a two-part scenario, like I say. So this train is actually booked to stop at Preston, but there's no way to sort of transfer you realistically at speed. So that's why we do it that way. You know, I should just set us to our train speed limit, 75. I don't know. Will you have the? I want to turn the E6 light on because it means we've got no red lights. Means any red lights means we know we've got a fault. So I mean, so the back of the train's over those points. So we're now at 30. And we stay at 30 till the back of the train crosses these points. As our friends from Northern crossed with us today. Why are we delaying that Avanti? Awkward. We're now fully across though, so it's up to 75. So basically, you set the train to full power, it didn't take a while. No GSMR, quite an old model. This is the budget TM delivery. So we've got the 04 and then the Rufus DB90 with the front stickers. And this is up back view of us. So I don't know how typical this is that it's about cheats, but I just thought it's got for a real mix because you seem to pass you. It's never just one type of weapons on them, or normally isn't at least. So the whole rake is at 600 meters long. It's incredible, really. It just shows the efficiency of rail freight, you know. No, I'm just in full power. This is Leyland, I believe. Oh no, it wasn't. Oops. It'll be in a few minutes. Lancashire fire sidings behind us though. We'll turn the DSD back on now, back in the cab. So this, of course, is the ATS West Coast Mainland Midlands and North West. So at the very top of the route, we're starting in Preston. We're going all the way down to Crewe, where we end our journey today. So Crewe will be covering separately. That's Stafford. That is Birmingham New Street. And that's Wolverhampton. Right there. Yeah. That's Stoke. Stoke on. Is that Stoke on Trent? Yes. And that's Liverpool. And that's Manchester, obviously not yet connected to the route. Hopefully we'll get this bit in the not too distant future. And that was the island we just went through at speed. You get the lovely sunset during this drive, so you start in it's basically the middle. You start about 4 p.m. It's now we start at 6 p.m. Sorry, it's now sort of. I'm talking crap. You sort of start at 7 p.m. It's now 9 p.m. So the sun is very much setting, and this takes a little over an hour to do. So yeah, but up to 75. This is what a 75-mile freight train looks like. Notice. Don't remember. Oh no. Double amber, single amber next. I'm just going to take the power off. Hopefully that's to slowly start rolling. I think I see a single around the corner there. I'll stay for now. We'll see what happens. And I'll take braking once we clear this neutral section. Yeah, that looks like not clear. The signal hasn't cleared, so it could be really heavy today. I can do a really great check. So that's a full surge application. 50 miles an hour wash off. So you can see it's not tandem braking, but it's just not good braking. Yeah, that is a single, so getting checked down for sure. And that's what the horns sound like on the 90. So the 90, of course, the predecessor to the 91, really. So it's the because it was not very much when it first came in. Yeah, right ahead. So keep it right out the front, isn't it? This is Buxton. Yeah, Buxton. So Uxton, sorry. Bath Shoreline, not Buxton. Buxton's near Manchester. And there's the train. So we were big help for that. So we get crossed over. We go from 4 track to a 2 track here. So I just get checked down like that every now and again. I'm trying to go power because I think it's a 40 over these points. It says 110. We're never going to manage 110 on this train, but we're going to hang out on the back. So this is a patch by James Ivel. So this is the DTG FEA with AP FSA wagons containers on it. So it does look pretty good. That's a 75, so we can just gun it. I'm just powering along here. Like I say, because we're going up a hill, the train's not really accelerating. That is just us in full power, though. So next major landmark for us will be Wigan North Western, I believe. So you can just see where we are at the moment. So yeah, coming down the main line, this curve here is Wigan North Western. It goes through Wigan, and then it's Warrington Makepeace, and then I forget the name of the junction. It's supposed to the junction from the Liverpool lines, and then not that long thereafter we start slowing down. Well, okay, say not long thereafter, quite a ways down. So basically, we don't actually go straight through station on this. We go underneath Crewe on the avoiding lines, so it's a 10-man-hour limit, so you have to drop quite early for that. So you'll notice we are on the fast lines here, and that's because by crossing onto the flows, you literally create more congestion than you do by flying down the fast lines at 75. Because you have to slow it down so you pick anything up behind you. You then go underneath under a Flyunder, then you go onto that line, then you cross back over in a few miles anyway. That's why I'll pass straight down the fasts today. Welcome to Scenario Design with Emily. Sorry, so yeah, that'll be. I'm not sure what the signal's for actually, so I'm just going to knock us back into idle. So the train will start coasting down, and just as we sort of drag around the curves. Got a flash thing, so that means we're going to. I'm going to put an application brake on to bring us gently down. I know that where we are. I think we've got well, there's an heavy crossing with us, I think. So I'm going to slow off. So the junction to our right is. I forgot the name of it. Banfurlong Junction is what we're basically being checked for. That is some incredible knowledge that putting the junction name out of my head. We drove we did on this route. We drove to 56 light engine to Warrington Arpway. Down to 35. I think it's about 40 for the diverging. I'm trying to check down. I'll get slow it off. To be honest, especially when you get to like large lines, just pull off a bit more than you probably think you need to. And then, yeah, you know how it is. Ew. And we are green with a feather. We'll stay at 4. Oh, yeah, it's a 53 here, isn't it? It has returned to me. I think the 50 is erroneous. But basically, because I've checked down, the signal pulls off. So the game has frozen. It's not just your TV sets. But basically, I think it's an erroneous 50. But yeah. There we go, 50. Basically, you only get speed powers for an 80, but it checks you to a 50. But we'll follow it just in case. Yeah, it says bum furlong here. No, it's not. Is it? Oh, it's Winnick. Oh, okay, that came close. Right, and we can now go back up to 75. Especially as it's getting dark, I love the lights alongside the West Coast. They do make such a wonderful bit of ambience. I'm not sure why they exist. It feels like they're just that good in night vision, but alas. Oh, so compare the length of trains here, right? Just using a consist for that 66. So if we go pause, so that 66 is near enough level with the back of our train. When we've got basically another half a train on the front. Just shows how much more powerful the 90s are than 66. I think they're about 50% more powerful, and we've got two. So that's why we're performing so well. But 66108, which is a long-term lease to DRS from DB. Green, double amber on the face, on the thumbs. Yeah, we're at 60. Oops. $31, I think. Sure. I'm going to cross back over at the mains. Yep. I like the right speed for that. That pathing it never used to be like that. Oh well. Signal on a signaler. Bit of snaking. I do like a good bit of snaking. So let's first create this scenario in passive from passive number 4 straight the way down the front hand side, so at the front, sort of first line at the tracks right the way down that, which are the ghost lines, then back over into the slums. So and you can basically get like a proper snake where your train was just on under the points coming off the platform with the front of your train and stay across up the slum lines. this is Wellington Office, as you see down there now. This is sort of loosely based off a drone flight video I found on the internet. It's not perfect, but it's a representation without ripping the frames too much. This route's quite intense for other people to load anyway. So, yeah. Like, the way the lighting is in this game now is great. Like, this feels spot on. Probably a little bit too dark overall. Like, the lights are a bit too effective, effectively. But it feels just that the colour of the lighting or the temperature is perfect. So next up, we're looking for junction coming in from the right. We'll show you the map how we are. So this is the chat map line, but that one's on the line from Crewe to Liverpool and across here. It's what's it called? Brookdown. The junction here. Which is the junction, of course, because the line moves across. Oh, 66s. That one's a replacement, so we're not looking at that. You fix that for at least. It's a reminder to fix it. It's got a 66 dragging a single Mark III coach. It's actually a 66 on a car train. I'm 100% sure of it. I'll show you what it's at the moment, because basically I want to represent it and give it something to pull. So it's ended up being 6670 with a single Mark III sleeper on, which has got rebroken scripting. is just to cruise this scenario, which I quite appreciate that to an extent. Often when it swings those snow headlights, it's pretty dark out now. So the headlight that goes over the side, it's still absolutely effective, but hey, you get a little bit more illumination though. So if I swing it across, that's night, that's headlights off, that's day, that's night. So you get a little bit of illumination, but I suppose it isn't all that dark at the moment. Quite a nice bridge, or a viaduct. See we're next to the Weave Junction. We've gone through Hartford, and then we come to Crewe, and basically we're going to fly it under Crewe station. So we come off to the side and under. We actually come just to the north of Crewe, which is fun. It is fun indeed. I can see the flapping there coming in. So I'm just going to knock this one off because there's no point in trying to accelerate to keep us up at 75 up in fact, because we're going to speed up anyway. What are these DC overheads? They just look a bit weird. So what we'll do is I'm just going to set us to no. Apologies. We'll just slowly start braking. I forgot that applies air braking. I thought it only did dynamics. Oh no, this is a different one. This is the slowest kicking on. So we can re-accelerate now. I panicked. So the signal and panicked. Bear in mind that issue of this comes from driving it a few times whilst testing the scenario. This is my knowledge of that. That's my knowledge of this route. You know, it's agreed with the fact that which crosses us out. Yeah, these gantries, or portals, sorry, they just look a bit weird. And I know that's just Speedy Pete being Speedy Pete and loving overheads, but still. Yeah, I got ahead of myself. I thought we were further down the line. I'm not going to lie. So that is our diverting signal. Let's dive on the brakes. See, this should absolutely want power right now. No brakes, brake. Yeah, emergency. That's the junction where you see the sign there. So emergency. So hung. Sometimes you like thing is though, we didn't get a turn off, and yeah, it's a turn off. We should have been checked in. So that's a root issue, not a me issue. Also, oh, look, an 805, an 807 even. Ooh, isn't that snazzy? Right, pull the brake off. Put it into a release position. Now, what I'm going to do once the brake falls off, we'll also just set the speedo to 10. Give it a little bit of power. We're just going to coast it down the hill. Give it some beans. Get us like 2. That is sufficient beans now. You don't want to overdo the beans. Here comes the Preston. Do a proper bit of fun. I might do like a London to Liverpool one of these. Or Liverpool to London because we did London at 7. 5. There we go, and it's just going to self-regulate now. So if I under the Crewe station, come down to the holding sides, in a Basford hole, and then I put that cool little thing in for us to know where to stop. This is just a route that doesn't get used very much in trains. So like this is the first thing I'm aware of that you come down here. It was also like train down there when Crewe first got in train service coastal, which would have been 2019, so like 6 years ago now. Probably 2018 probably. So yeah, 7 years ago. It does. Just a 350 doing 350 things. Like I say, this is original DTG routing, I think here, so hence it's a little bit. It's actually legally a tunnel current in the game, so I can't look outside to show you how tight it is. A bit tight in here. So just put it on the train away now. So we're going to go in the Basford, but then the run there. But because this is the Flyunder that you all came for, thank you for watching. Hope you liked the video. If you did, subscribe to see more from me on a very regular basis. We'll see you guys next time. Until then, ciao. No, in all seriousness, thanks for dropping by. That I don't know what these masts are that we're getting bonked on the head with. The yeah, that is a bit low. It's actually gone through the roof of the train. What are they? Their registration arms. There we go. This is the stanchion. That's the contact wire, that's the catenary wire. They're droppers. I can't remember the full, but like, yeah, that's part of what you need to know for PTS. There's basically so you can report defects in the overhead wires. So like if there was a dropper hanging down, which happens more than you think, where basically the connector at the top fails, so it all drops down underneath, and then basically you just so if it's on the main line, like here we're running along really slowly, so you'd see something hanging down from the overheads. If it's on a mainline section we're doing 125, or you like say on the east coast between Doncaster and York, like no one's ever doing less than 100 through there. You're not going to see it unless you're staring at the overhead, which no one does. Well, in this area, you might like, what's that hanging down? Stops train, shines torch at it. Oh my god! Well, to be fair, you can probably roll past it very gently, but still, very gingerly. That's why we have the shunt controls here. That are used extremely rarely, apparently, at least on the 91s they are. Watched one of the idol interviews, and basically John was just saying he's used it like once his entire career. So yeah, it's just a 10 the rest of them. What we'll do fast forward here. You have to isolate the DSD when you do that. So we're in fast forward. That's Crewe holding signs, that's what LSL is. Obviously, there's no stock in there. Because you wouldn't see it in no, go away. I just realised we're 2 weeks of it videos. Oops. And here comes another GB66 within a modal one, without it into modal, I should say. I might enhance what it looks like here from that prostate cancer is. It's cool. Here's on his way to Trafford Park, but he wants to take the flying lines. So you can see he's got FEABs on, and again, part of the James Angle patch, the GBI flavored ones, which look absolutely great in my opinion. His FEA is throughout, yeah, he's heavily loaded. You can hear really well there though, those AP sounds. I think so. What we should see momentarily is that, yeah, the shunt has got a red light shining at us, that's what that is. So the red light is basically stop, so stop as you drop to. There you go, there's the bite, the brakes coming on. And over there, you got just some wagons dumped, parked up. I need to make sure they're the right liveries on them, because I feel like they're not. Oh, the CL definitely is, but the rest are a bit weird. There's some 90s dumped up the top, and a 66. Yeah, we need to draw up to our heaters and stop basically. So this is one of the indications. So the ways you indicate to a train to stop, you have to put the red light, flag, or any light wave vigorously, and both hands raised above head height. Now, see, he's indicating the red lamp there because we're in a shunting yard, it's dark. The red lamp makes a ton of sense. Okay. There we go, that's off, that's off. Desk's off. Headlights go off with a Shift H. And we step down. Hello, Shunter. Yeah, you're taking it from here. Brilliant. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.